All right, anyways, this is a very impromptu podcast we're doing here. We were just in the middle of talking about Cracker Barrel.
I think the conversation more devolved into comfort food.
Food in general, yeah. But like I was saying, Cracker Barrel, when I hear the words comfort food, first meal in my mind, chicken and dumplings and sweet tea from Cracker Barrel. That just immediately, no delay.
Well, that's the thing, like, being from our geographical location, it's like that is easily, like, comfort foods would be something fried, ideally, because, like, pretty much anything you would get at what is a meat and three, you know, like,
You know what's funny? I've never been to, like, a real meat and three.
White House?
I've seen a ton of them around. Last time I went to White House, I'm pretty sure I was literally fresh out of diapers.
Oh. That'd be the closest meat and three to us.
Do they advertise themselves as a meat and three?
No, but you go, well, they have the regular menu, but they also have the buffet that you would just go up, get your entree and three.
Man, it's real nice of Joe Biden to bring the White House here and make it a home-style cooking place.
Yeah, too bad it was here before Joe Biden. And
if it was here before Joe Biden, then goddamn, it's been there for how long?
This is why they won't let me in. But yeah, easy comfort meals is like
Anything
chicken dumplings.
Home style. Chicken and dumplings is the first thing in my mind, specifically Cracker Barrels.
Chicken and dumplings to me is, so I have this philosophy of certain dishes that pretty much the philosophy is cannot have enough or like too much black pepper in it.
Yeah.
And that's chicken and dumplings, something with white gravy, whether that is like gravy biscuit or like chicken fried steak,
Country fried steak.
chicken, country fried steak, any of those things.
You know, my mom got mashed potatoes with her meal at Cracker Barrel, and they asked her what gravy she wanted on it, and she said white gravy. I'd never seen anybody put white gravy on mashed potatoes before.
Yeah, it's been done before.
And to be totally honest with you, to all the Southerners listening, I'm sorry to say this, I'm not particularly crazy about brown gravy.
I mean, it's okay.
I like it like on a Salisbury steak or like a meatloaf, but
I think Salisbury hamburger steak, like something like that. I guess it kind of also depends on like what definition of gravy is at that point.
So real gravy is like you take the residue of whatever meat you just fried from the bottom of the pot after you've poured the oil out and basically simmer some stock with it. That's like real gravy.
It depends, because the Italians call, pasta sauce gravy.
Really?
I think some of them do. I think gravy is just a catch-all term for a lot of people for sauce. I threw up in the last video. Clayton's about to throw up in the podcast.
Oh, God. Guinness is not good going down the windpipe.
You can't see this, but he threw up everywhere.
Everywhere.
Why is it green? Oh, that's the baby shit in it.
All right. Good to be alive. Damn, I'm hungry again.
Well, we got to go to Yellow Jacket and get the best burger ever.
Courtesy of Mike Walker, who since the last episode had a stroke. That is how long it's been since we've recorded a podcast.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's almost like I've been telling you that we need to do more podcasts.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I don't know, is there any other things we need to talk about? Talking about good food. Your dad had a stroke. I'm going to have a stroke.
At some point. Let's talk about the cigar we're smoking.
Yeah. We're smoking the donkey dick of a Alec Bradley fucking Project 40 Maduro.
What do you think the ring gauge on this bad boy is?
I'm pretty sure I could fucking find out if I wanted to.
Probably at least 70.
It's bigger than my fucking cutter.
Bigger than my fucking dick.
No.
That's not a very high hurdle to jump.
I was about to say that, but I didn't want to be the one to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I don't know. It depends. Kind of got a little mushroom stalk going on.
Okay, pro Jared.
Yeah, that's an image that's burned in my mind forever, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's like I didn't watch that dude's videos before. I definitely haven't watched them since.
Yeah. It's just something about him, you know, sitting there legs spread in Sailor Moon cosplay.
Yeah.
Got in that mushroom cloud hanging out.
I'll give him this. It's definitely bigger than mine.
Mm. Just overall.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Dude was packing. Can't take it away from him.
I don't know if he was packing either.
He's packing for a fucking nerdy white dude.
So his dick was like you as a person, 90% head.
Yeah, okay. I remember when all that was happening with all that drama with him. That shit was crazy as fuck. And to be honest with you, I don't remember enough about it to really speak on it. I just remember I was in the Navy still, and I woke up really early one day. I woke up at like 3 a.m. Couldn't go back to sleep. Decided to just fucking get on Twitter until it was time to get ready for work. All that shit was all over the timeline.
The only thing I vaguely remember from that time period was your stance on it, and you were kind of like, oh man, fuck him and all this shit. And I was just like, let's hold on, let's wait and see how everything fucking unfolds.
That was the first real instance of me learning. Wait until all the info's out before you pick a side.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he came out with his receipts like 6 months later,
It was longer than that. It was like a whole year
it
later.
it did take a while. But when
At
he came out
least.
with his receipts, I was like, oh damn. Not that my opinion mattered or changed this guy's life in any way, but I actually did feel kind of bad
So here's the thing.
for the
it's
way
like,
I felt before.
First of all, your opinion mattered to no one. I am not trying to dehumanize you by saying that.
Well, in that
But-
situation, it really didn't, because it's like, what does my opinion matter? I'm one of a million voices who were speaking on it.
I mean, in most scenarios, most people voices don't matter.
Mhm.
It's that shit like Twitter makes people think their voices matter.
Mm-hmm. Twitter is not real life. I have to remind myself of that.
The
a lot.
only opinion that matters on Twitter is mine. And I don't even post on Twitter.
But what made me so hardline against him at first was the fact that he wasn't saying anything, but he actually chose the smart route there. He chose to stay silent and wait until the storm had calmed and got his fucking receipts together.
Still a weird dude, though.
Oh yeah, there's no denying that getting nudes from fans is still a weird thing to do if you were a big YouTuber.
Well, if you're a big YouTuber that does porn, is that okay? Imagine PewDiePie but a porn, and it's like instead of meme review, it's like porn review.
I feel like you could make a channel on Pornhub where you didn't make porn, but you reviewed porn, and it was like not sexual for you at all. You were like simply commenting on the content, and you were like, see right here, you hit pause. See right here, I would have hit the Dutch angle on the butthole, personally.
So, I'm not saying that there is porn review things, but there are websites dedicated to that, and I only know this from fucking Twitter memes.
You know, if I wasn't worried about it making its way to my employer, I'd fucking do it.
Well, that's why you should do that one style of content I mentioned a while back that you never did. That would just be great.
Remind me, because we
I
talked
can't
about
say it
a
on
lot.
the podcast because someone might steal this idea.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Talk about it later.
We might even do some of it later.
That Guinness went very well with this cigar. It got to the point where the flavors almost completely matched. Now, water. Miss Josh. Wish you didn't mix paint.
Miss the water I had until your dog knocked it over.
I swear she did it on purpose.
That just proves every bitch in this house hates me.
She may be a dog, but I feel like all living beings have a basic understanding of physics. She probably could have looked at that situation and be like, if I pull this out, I'm going to knock that thing over. I should do it anyways.
Maybe not.
Well,
I don't know what's some other things that's happened that we should talk about.
well, I'm single now, and I guess it's time for me to finally find that fat dick girlfriend. Not that I'm into dick. It's just like, try something new.
Like snake handler, double IPA.
Yeah, that was something, wasn't it? Yeah, we tried an IPA before we booted the podcast up, and neither of us had really great things to say about
We
it.
still got 3 more cans. We can try it again live on.
Yeah, we can.
Clayton might actually throw up.
Crack one open. Pour it in the Pilsner glass where I just finished the Guinness.
God damn, it's hard to get it off the fucking anti-turtle choke ring. Okay, well, first of all, we got to get this on mic.
Yeah, go ahead and get that real close there. Yeah.
Okay. Come on and hold the glass. We gotta. First of all, the can. I like the colors. I like the art. I like the brewery. Besides this. Let's see. Handle at 45 to 50 Fahrenheit. In a shifter or a tulip glass. 12 fluid ounces. Let's see. What's some other fun
ain't a
facts
tulip
about
glass.
this?
I have a tulip glass inside. You drink meat out of it.
Does it? You fucking say the the fucking ABV on this? 12 fluid ounces. I do not see a ABV anywhere on this.
Wow. I'm sure we could just look it up. My phone is in use right now, so.
There's a comment on the can about how it's been legally brewed since 2008.
Yeah, I'm curious to know how long before that was it illegally brewed. This shit looks like piss. This shit straight up looks like dehydrated piss. I wish y'all could see it. It actually looks like somebody didn't drink water for a few days and took a fat piss.
It looks like beer does in commercials, but dark.
Yeah.
Like, I would say that's a pleasant looking color to
Maybe
a degree for...
If I remember, at 12:45 minutes, I will cut in a picture of it.
I mean, like, it has a good smell.
Oh yeah, it smells nice and like a normal craft beer. Has some
It's like,
fruity notes.
it's like
and-
floral, you know?
Mhm.
But taste, on the other hand.
Yuck. My turn. Oh my god, that is so fucking not good.
Okay, so, like, here's my comparison. So, you know, Jack Daniels is charcoal filtered and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine you took, like, a flat Diet Mountain Dew and you filtered that in a, like, hypothetically, let's say a 6-foot, like, the radius is 6-foot cylinder that is, like, I don't know, like 10 feet deep. That's just full of grass.
Just poured that bitch right on through.
And then I will say this much about this one: I'm getting less of the, like, grapefruity flavor that's typically, like, in IPA. I am getting, like, some sort of, like, rind-ness, but it's less grapefruity.
I was just about to say, have you ever, like, bitten into a fruit that has a rind in it and, like, maybe an orange slice and accidentally got a bit of the rind?
On a side note, really like this brewery. Just don't like IPAs.
Yeah, it's just that each IPA I try really drives home how I feel about IPAs.
Honestly, though, I would say Good People, that's the name of the brewery. As far as local breweries go, they probably have my favorite stout.
Is that one that you had? I know which one you're talking about.
It's in a green can, I think.
Yeah, you've even called that your favorite beer, period.
It's not my favorite, period. It is my favorite local stout. My favorite stout is the Innocent Gun.
Yeah, which I believe I have an Innocent Gun.
I might need that. But I don't know if we're doing local brewery breakdown. I think Ghost Train might be my favorite overall. I haven't really been to any of the other ones, but that
Ghost Train's. I've never had a bad brew from Ghost Train.
they
Shout out
consistently
to the
do.
fucking local brews here on the podcast.
Yeah, not sponsored. Be nice
Yeah.
if we had a beer sponsor.
It would be nice. That would be that would be awesome.
I don't know. Could we argue that the one time that the owner let me and Tristan drink there for free was like sponsorship?
Yeah, but that came at the cost of, getting hit by a forklift.
Yeah, but they fixed that. We just got free beer on top of them fixing that.
I'm glad that. So that was the owner, or was it just the manager of
I
that
believe
day?
it was the owner.
That was pretty cool of him to immediately try to make that right and be like, don't charge them, give them whatever they want.
That's the thing. It's like I understand how someone could see that as manipulative or something potentially,
I mean,
and like I get it.
maybe, but he didn't have to do it.
Well, my thing is like, if we never been there before, that would certainly put a bad taste in our mouth. But the fact is, we liked Ghost Train before that happened.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think the main beer we had from Ghost Train before that was Kaleidoscope. That and like maybe Obama.
Love that Kaleidoscope.
Not Obama, Brainwave.
Brainwave. And I haven't seen Brainwave in a while.
They have not done it since like 2019.
God,
It's a shame because that thing was fucking good.
easily my favorite sour I've ever had, I think.
Yeah, I liked it more than I liked Obama, flavor-wise. Because I think the flavor was much better. Obama's not bad. I like it.
I love Obama.
Obama is a good, like, citrusy, I think it's an imperial sour.
And
It's
Kaleidoscope,
like 13%.
Kaleidoscope and that one trim tab sour, what's it called?
Is it Paradise Now or
I
whatever
think
it's called?
so. They're pretty similar to me, but I think I like the Kaleidoscope more.
I think Kaleidoscope is a bit more sour.
Yeah.
Uh,
Those two and Sour Patch are all like really close.
well, that's the thing.
in
So it's
taste.
like we don't know any other like local brewery scene for other cities and stuff, but we have a nice amount of sours.
I love sours.
Haven't been to Highwire, but they're like a block I think further south of Hop City, and like maybe a block or two down.
Do you want the rest of this?
I think the ground's thirsty. But the Highwire Brewing, that's a satellite location because they have a Highwire up in Ohio. They have a Wickles beer.
Ooh.
You should probably use the lighter.
Yeah, that's about to say. I wish we were doing a visual podcast. You'd see how fucked up my cigar is right now.
Oh, honestly, once we get a house, we could probably have a room with a setup.
Yeah, when I get my own place, I'm definitely going to have a mead room, at least.
Well, we're gonna have one room with a table, TV, all that stuff.
Oh, wait, you're talking about for podcasts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Technically, you can all be one and same room.
Maybe we could all go in on like some decent equipment.
Well, the microphones that Josh have are pretty good.
Yeah. But like maybe a decent camera. Oh, use some butane after that.
I filled that up and I still got a lot.
I think I'm just going to go ahead and knock this ash off.
You should 100%.
Ouch! Ouch! God damn, I just realized how much of this I've smoked.
Yeah. Technically, you might have smoked more than me.
Nice little burn to the fingertip there, but it's all right.
Well, let's see. Talked about comfort food. You in the market for a boyfriend with tits or whatever.
Maybe.
So we just talked about local beer scene.
Talk about my dad's stroke.
I mean, we brought that up. You want to talk more about it?
I wasn't there for the stroke part,
Hmm.
but it's like, you know, when it was happening, we were all freaking out. But like looking back on it, it's kind of funny because he kept saying like he needed to go work on the car or something like that. And he was like, I just got to get that part and it'll be okay. I need something to drink. That's what he kept saying. He kept saying, I need something to drink. And then my brother went and got him something to drink. He handed it to him and he was like, thank you, son. I appreciate that. I think I was dreaming. And then he started again with the, I need a drink, I need a drink, I need a drink. And then I think it was my younger brother that took one good look at him, saw his face drooping, and was like, yeah, we need to go to the ER. And that was it, really. And over the coming days, he had to learn how to talk again.
This kind of reminds me of an interaction with my dad. It was apparently... Of course, this was when he was still alive, because I don't think my dad's talked to me, you know, after post-life. Besides that one time I had a dream that my dad was possessing a pillow pet and trying to communicate with me.
What? You never told me about that.
Yeah, I had a dream once where, I forgot how much further, or how long ago it was after my dad died.
A pillow pet?
Yeah. Because I remember for some reason my mom got me, it was a purple hippo pillow pet for like Easter or some shit. I don't fucking remember. And I just remember having a dream and it was in pet mode and not pillow mode in the dream. And it was talking to me.
As your dad?
Yeah, I believe so. But there was one night that my dad, he wasn't having a stroke or anything, but he was talking in his sleep kind of. And he was mentioning about wanting to go get something to eat at Crystal's for some reason. And I think at that point he hasn't had Crystal's in probably 10 years at that point.
Crystal's always made me throw up.
I remember liking it when I was younger.
Yeah, when I was a kid I liked it. Because, I mean, when you're a kid, burgers and fries is always good.
No, I remember getting chili cheese fries.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've gotten from there, like, any time recently, but I haven't been there in, like, years.
But, yeah, there was that. Let's see, there was, since on the topic of dreams because of the pillow pet, there was that one dream I had that, I woke up angry from.
I remember you telling me you were angry from a dream, but I don't remember what the dream was.
I was a taxi driver. I dropped somebody off at the old Taco Bell, the one that's now a self-storage or whatever. And I remember just driving up the side, parking, letting someone get out. A lady walks in, like up to the taxi and gets in the passenger seat, not in the back like you would if you were in a taxi. I'm like, hey, I'm not on the clock right that now. And she pulls out a gun and points it at me. I'm like, okay, I'm on the clock now. This is voluntary work. I'm volunteer.
My dad told me a story the other day.
No, it gets better. I remember driving, and it was like along a coastal road, like West Coast, kind of like style. Like you're pretty much on a cliff, you see the coast on a mountain, shit like that. And I remember at some point the girl says something along the lines of like, bitch, give me head. And I wake up and I'm just like, I was fucking driving.
How was I supposed to give you head?
Like, bitch, you don't want to kill me at this point. You want us both to die.
My dad told me a story recently. It was like, I think before any of us, like me or any of my brothers were born. And he gave somebody a ride home. And he got to their driveway, and it was like a dirt driveway going deep into the woods. And he like was kind of freaking out, but he had his gun on him. So he was like, it's whatever. So he drives him down, and the dude was hollering from my dad's truck at the house, like, I'm home, I'm home. And he wouldn't get out of the truck. And he turned to my dad and shook his hand, thanking him. And then like, he was like holding on to my dad's hand real firm. And then like, he stopped shaking it and wouldn't let go. And my dad said, if you don't let go of my hand within the next 3 seconds, you're going to be sorry, because I promise you I can shoot just as fast with my left as I can with my right. And the dude fucking like tucked and rolled out of the truck and ran inside. So it's like, yeah, they were probably about to jump my dad.
At least attempting to.
Yeah.
same time, you know, we live in an area where there is people with low intelligence, and I could imagine the idea of shouting I'm home is to be like, hey, don't worry about the weird vehicle you've never seen before.
Yeah.
So I can understand that part being
Maybe, yeah.
within reason, but
Not letting go part
yeah,
would be the part that tripped me up.
no, I could maybe see Sens if he was like, oh man, you got soft hands. Like, what's your skincare regimen?
I doubt that man's ever had soft hands in his life. But
Only if I knew somebody with soft hands.
reminds me of the encounter I had at a Burger King recently. I was going to work in the West End of Birmingham, and for those of you who don't know, the West End of Birmingham, pretty fucking rough part of town. Stopped at a gas station. That was my first mistake. Dude out front asked me to buy him some breakfast at the Burger King across the street. I'm thinking, you know what? This guy's not asking for money. He's asking for food. So yeah, I'll go get him. I'll buy him some breakfast. He walks over there. I drive over there. I get out of the car. I'm going inside to get this dude some breakfast. Fucking dude from inside the Burger King, bear in mind, has a manager tag on his shirt. Comes out of the door and starts fucking screaming at this guy. Hey man, I told your ass, stay the fuck over there. Turns to me and goes, I'm sorry, sir, and then goes back inside. And I was like, hey man, you're gonna have to figure out breakfast on your fucking own. I'm not getting caught in the middle of your bullshit. And then I went to work. And that was by far one of the funniest interactions I've ever had in my entire life. I couldn't stop laughing for like 20 minutes. Yeah, that was a good one. I was really glad I told that dude yes that day.
You know, the worst part about that is that the guy has probably experienced this being screamed by the manager before and never had the thought of, yo bro, just give me a number 4, I'm good.
He was willing to go over there and experience, because clearly they had some history. There's no way they didn't. And he was willing to fucking risk it.
They don't have history. They have fucking lore for the fucking manager to fucking shout like that.
He really screamed at him. It was so fucking funny. And he was mad as fuck. Clearly this dude had bothered them more than once.
Here's my thing. It's like, what did he do to get that sort of response, you know? Is it just like the dude doesn't like homeless people and that's why?
Maybe.
Like, is that the case? I would imagine that's the case, because if it's any other reason, the dude should be like, yeah, I'm not going to that Burger King.
Yeah, because, I mean, he probably had been yelled at before by this fucking place, so, like, the fact that he was willing to go back, he literally risked it for the biscuit. I don't remember that I've ever had Burger King breakfast.
I don't like Burger King.
Me neither. Especially since that one time.
I know somebody else likes Burger King.
Who?
Some, like, wet fellow I know.
Oh. Is he damp, even? Does his name rhyme with bean?
No.
Oh. I don't like Burger King. I never have.
Rhymes with moist man.
No. Well, moist.
The only Burger King I ever liked was the one that was owned by Shaquille O'Neal.
I don't think I've ever even went to that one.
And that sounds like a complete fucking joke to anyone that, like, is listening to this.
But there is a Burger King.
But the Burger King
Close
that's
to
like
us.
2 towns over or whatever
Yep.
was owned by Shaquille O'Neal. Had his jersey up on the wall and everything. I remember that Burger King being good.
I just, even as a kid, didn't like Burger King. And I was a chunky kid.
I remember this because it was when the Pokemon like 2000 toys came out or whatever.
The golden.
That Burger King was there because I remember us eating at that Burger King and getting them, because the gold Pokemon cards you would buy separately. That wasn't the toy.
Mm-hmm.
That was a collectible you'd buy. The toy I got was fucking Mewtwo in his fucking Mewtube or whatever.
I remember I had a little Mew ball. Like, it was supposed to be like in the movie when he used that shield move or whatever it was. I remember one time I was playing with that thing and I hit myself in the nuts.
Must have really hurt for you to remember it to this day.
I do. It was like late at night. I was like watching TV in my room with the lights off, and I was just bouncing it like off the wall and shit. Came back and whacked me in the nuts. I'd never played with that fucking thing again.
And I was kind of expecting you to just say something like, "This reminds me of that one time I whacked myself in the nuts." And I'll be like, "Why?" And you'd be like, "Just to see if I like it." Sounds like some fucking Theo Von type shit.
I like that one clip with Theo Von smelling the smelling salts.
I like the fucking Theo Von thing where he talks about getting high and holding his balls.
I like that.
To the point where I've repeated that almost every week for like the past 3 weeks.
I like that Theo Von clip where he had John Mulaney on, and John Mulaney was talking about his he had a drug dealer, and the drug dealer would only deal drugs outside of the police station. So that way, if he got jumped, he was like, "We get jumped, we're all going down."
I mean, that would be a big deterrent.
Yeah. Like, it's risky to do that business so close to the police station, but you ain't gonna get jumped.
Wonder how many fucking people do that in fucking Portland now and shit. Since it's all fucking
Portland is crazy.
Decriminalized or whatever.
I've been looking at like videos of Portland. I was looking the other day. That shit is whack. Like that is like actually insane. It's straight up like a lawless wasteland over there now.
It's like zombie land.
Literally. I doubt that's the effect that the lawmakers wanted that to have. Like, I'm sure that the point of the law was to be like, hey, instead of treating them like addicts, we treat them like people who need help. You know, we don't get them in trouble for using the drug. We get them help when they use the drug, and they ain't got to worry about, you know, if they go to the ER, whether or not they're going to get in trouble. But instead, what happened was what happened.
Well, the difference is like fucking, because like, what was it? So, out of the trips I've been on in the past couple of years, Ohio, most roadkill I've ever seen. Portland, most homeless I've ever seen.
You know what's funny is, sorry, there's a bug. What's funny is, I've seen a lot of people like on Reddit and Twitter say that like Kentucky is by far and away their least favorite state. And it made me think of when you said Kentucky is also your least favorite state.
Yeah. Yeah, my sole reason for not liking Kentucky is because traffic.
Yeah. There have been people I've seen on Reddit. Now granted, Reddit is Reddit, so grain of salt and all that, but there have been people I've seen on Reddit say when they take road trips, they will take the long way to avoid Kentucky. And that's insane to me.
Here's the thing. I like Kentucky for other reasons.
Because they have a bunch of distilleries.
Yeah. Damn.
Damn!
I like Kentucky for alcohol contribution to society.
Yeah. Maybe we should call this episode Kentucky. Even though we only briefly talked about it.
I'd call it Cunt Turkey.
Oh, man. What all's in Kentucky?
A lot of whiskey distilleries. Let's see. Louisville.
1984?
I was about to say, actually. If anything, when you asked what's there, that was my first thought, but I didn't want to start out with that. And we mean the book, not the year.
Yeah. We mean the thing that happened.
And how people live there.
It's a good car.
Yeah.
I'm hungry again.
Alec Bradley Project 40 Maduro experimental line or whatever the fuck it says.
That one slice of gas station pizza we had earlier is already
we can go out get something to eat. Now we're already making a day out of it. We could just add to the day of it.
Yeehaw! How long have we been going? 35 minutes.
That's a nice short podcast. We can do what we did the other time, just cut it here, go eat, come back.
Kind of want to finish my gar first. Tack, tack. Yawn.
Honestly, probably got the value of it out of it already.
Yeah.
Because this was on the cheaper side. Especially for how rotund it is.
Yeah, we could probably go get something to eat or call it a day even. So I got work tomorrow.
I think go eat then call it.
Yeah.
That way I could just go home right after.
Well, my gar's burning unevenly again.
Yeah. You burn uneven.
That's fucked up.
I don't even know what the fuck that would mean.
It means I burn uneven. It means if you lit me on fire, I wouldn't burn evenly. That'd be fucked up.
I don't think I ever want to do a podcast again.
The grand return of the podcast, only for it to end immediately.
Return of the final episode.
Yep. That's what we'll call it. The return of the final episode.
What else should we talk about?
Talk about how good Hattie B's is.
See that bug over there?
I've already mentioned Hattie B's. Where at?
I don't know. I'd like to eat a Hattie B sometime.
Yeah.
Sadly, I still got to pay you, and besides that, I'd have like $10.